Hey, it's JPBailey here, and we're doing some tapping out of my book, EFT for Codependency Recovery. I call it recovery tapping, and we're working on the laundry list, and today we're on number 3. Let me pull up the diagram. So, number 3 is about being scared of angry people and personal criticism. So what I suggest on this one is to do a full round on this topic in general, and then as you have things come up, memories, whatever, jot them down to do a separate little round on them. Now you can do what Gary Craig calls the peace process or the peace procedure. Basically, you make a huge mega list, like 100, 200 things of every single thing you can think of that bothers you or bothered you in the past. You just have this super long list before you get too overwhelmed. The thing is, you start tapping, first you just get the whole list out and you rate each one 1 to 10, how bad it distresses you. And you just take one at a time and tap on it. One at a time, tap on it. So I did that. Everyone, I'm sure, does it a little differently. But when I did it, I tapped on the first couple. The next day I tapped on another couple. Next day I tapped on another couple. If I really was into tapping that particular day, I might tap on maybe 5 or 10 or something. Just did a marathon of tapping. Other times I forgot about it. And other times I would just tap on one just to check it off the list. Now I remember distinctly by the time I got to like 32 on that list, the rest of the list started to seem like it didn't bother me. Like I started running through the sentences and just kind of crossing them off the list. Like, well, that don't bother me anymore. That don't bother me. So what Gary talks about is you keep chopping down the trees and eventually the whole forest collapses. Okay, so I imagine you're going to need to tap on angry people and criticism several times, maybe a dozen times over the next, say, 30 days to the next 6 months to a year, whenever it comes up. But I do know that if you stick with it and keep chopping down the trees, the branches, the roots, the fruits, these different aspects about it that come up, you will be able to really take the charge out of it so that people won't be able to, bulldoze you over so much anymore. You'll see it and go like, oh, they're angry at me, but you won't be devastated with, oh my God, they're angry at me. We're just sensitive because we didn't get a lot of needs met and we have issues with, boundaries and self-care and feeling worth it and our rights and all kinds of, a whole myriad of just stuff we gotta unravel. So tapping helps, unravel it all. One little string at a time, we can calm it down, sort it out, calm it down, sort it out. And you'll see it's a process over time. Tapping brings great relief and much better clear thinking, which is the next important tip, which is use your clear thinking to always create a new choice moving forward. That's what recovery is to me. So recovery tapping is about tap on your issues, but then choose new things moving forward. So let's go ahead and look at I'm scared of angry people and criticism. And in general, if you can relate to that, you feel like, yes, that's one of your traits on the codependency laundry list, give it a number from 1 to 10, how bad it is right now. And we're going to go ahead with the tapping. So let's go ahead and do a long round first. And then remember, after we do a whole long round, the rest of the rounds we do for the rest of today on anything can be shortcut rounds. So you do one long one at the start of a day or start of some big tapping session you want to do to really get all the meridians activated and the eye rolls and everything. And from there on, you're just tapping the shortcut. So those can go really quickly. You can get a a lot of little tapping sessions done doing it that way. And then do a couple new choices, either one, a long round for a new choice you want to put in, or a bunch of little shortcut rounds for those new choices you put in at the end. Okay, I wanted to throw some extra tips into here, but let's get moving on. So let's start our tapping. We're tapping on our karate chop point, right? And we're saying, even though I'm scared of angry people and criticism, I love and accept myself and the fact that I have this problem. Even though I'm scared of angry people and criticism, I love and accept myself anyway. And I accept and love myself even though I've had this problem a long time. That's what you're telling yourself and your energy system when you're doing this. That even though I'm scared to death of really angry people, they scare me, and that personal criticism really affects me, I love and accept myself and the fact that I have this problem. Okay, good. Now on the eyebrow point, just start tapping there and repeat the reminder phrase of, I'm scared of anger and criticism. Side of the eye, tapping, I'm scared of anger and criticism. Good. Under the eye, scared of anger and criticism. Remember, any thoughts or memories that pop up, jot them down for your aspects to tap on later. Under the nose, tapping, scared of anger and criticism. On the chin, tapping, scared of anger and criticism. On the collarbone, either side of the collarbone, I'm scared of anger and criticism. Under the arm, scared of anger and criticism. Now to the thumb, on the side of the thumb, scared of anger and criticism. On the first finger, scared of anger and criticism. Middle finger, scared of anger and criticism. On the pinky, scared of anger and criticism. Now find the gamut spot point and just rub it around in a circle. Take a deep breath and just look straight ahead. Close your eyes for a second, open your eyes again, look down hard to the right, look straight ahead again, look down hard to the left, and then look straight ahead again. Now imagine a giant clock in front of you, so look up to the ceiling at 12 o'clock and roll your eyes around that whole clock clockwise, all the way around. So when you're looking at the floor, it's like a 6, and you go back up to the 12. Now go counterclockwise, a big eye roll. Now move your eyes to 12, then over to your left at 9, and down to the floor at 6, over to your right at 3, and back up to the ceiling at 12. Now come, sing, count, and sing, or hum, count, hum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back to the eyebrow. Scared of anger and criticism. To the side of the eye. Boy, I'm going to be scared of people's anger and criticism for my mistakes. Under the eye, scared of criticism and anger. Under the nose, scared of criticism and anger. On the chin, scared of anger and criticism. Collarbone, scared of anger and criticism. Under the arm, scared of anger and criticism. On the thumb, scared of anger and criticism. On the first finger, scared of anger and criticism. Tapping on the middle finger, scared of anger and criticism. And on the pinky, the heart meridian, scared of anger and criticism. And on top of the head, scared of anger and criticism. And let go, take a deep breath, shake your hands out, and tune back in to feeling, how do you feel about being scared of angry people? Think about angry people, how scared you are of them. Think about personal criticism and how scared you are of that. And on a scale of 1 to 10, give it an honest answer how you feel about it right now. So good, you have your before number, your after number. Now we're going to do a shortcut round to get in a little deeper of what's still there. And as I stated earlier, you may do several rounds of different aspects. But now we're getting our baseline numbers to be able to compare to. And you remember in your head what it was like to be super, super scared. And now you might feel less so. And it's interesting. So it may be even new, but it feels safer, perhaps more like flat, like, okay, I see it, yeah, I don't like it, but it's not that intense. So this is how energy moves, moving out to kind of clear you to back to your natural sort of balance. Our natural state is calm and collected and even confident, at peace, or a state of peace and maybe compassion and happiness, but not even necessarily happiness, just a basic neutral kind of balanced state is where we always want to return back to after upsets. And when we're stuck in PTSD and stuck in trauma and stuck in these upsets, our energy is stuck on, high, like we're revving up an engine in there. Our nerves are revving up. We're helping calm them down. EFT is the switch that tells the amygdala it's okay to turn off. The stress response can now turn off, calm down, go back into neutral gear. All right, let's move forward. The recovery issue here is being scared of criticism. Just being scared of criticism. Hearing anything about not being good enough, not being perfect, making mistakes, being wrong, feeling wrong, worthless, deservability, punishment, all these issues are in this fear of criticism. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you fear personal criticism? Put that number down so you'll have it. And we're going to start tapping on that now. So on the karate chop point, we're going to do shortcut. And on the shortcut, when you do the karate chop point, you can get away with just saying that long sentence 2 times. But on my worksheet, it says 3 times. So we're going to do it. Let's do it 3 times. On the karate chop point, tapping. Even though I don't know how to accept and use criticism as feedback, I love and accept myself and the fact that I've had this problem for a long time. Even though I don't know how to accept and use criticism as feedback, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and the fact that I've had this problem for a long time. Even though I don't know how to accept and use criticism as feedback, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and the fact that I've had this problem for a long time. And now on the eyebrow, scared of criticism. On the side of the eye, scared of criticism. Under the nose, under the eye, scared of criticism. Under the nose, scared of criticism. On the chin, scared of criticism. On the collarbone point, scared of criticism. Under the arm, scared of criticism. And top of the head, scared of criticism. And let go. Move your hand off. So now tune back into this feeling of fear about criticism and see what your number is on a scale of 1 to 10. You can go back and do this more, but we're going to move on to the new choice. So you have your numbers. Hopefully the energy's moved down just a little bit and we're processing. And you're going to let this sort of integrate. So, do these nice long tapping rounds on, one of these worksheets at a time. And then, let it integrate. Maybe journal, maybe go do artwork, maybe do exercise. Go on with your day and forget, let it start integrating. And start thinking of new positive choices. Maybe read some recovery literature, inspirational material so that you're growing the neural networks, the plastic networks and pathways in your brain. You need to keep growing them forward with the positive new choices, the empowering thoughts and decisions and actions that you see yourself doing and taking and believing and thinking in the future, in the next few minutes, tomorrow, and moving, forward into your future life. You're going to take this with you. It's a little NLP throwing in there, but I really believe in the process that everyone has their own, wisdom about their recovery. and you can make up your own mind what you want to decide and think. But here's a suggestion. A new recovery belief might be, I accept criticism as feedback. And feedback, for me anyway, I don't always like it. I don't have to be terrified of it, though. I can kind of take, feedback and do something with that a little bit better. I don't have to just be like a deer in headlights of the fear of criticism. I can take it as feedback. And I've, I get better and better at that as I practice it. And in life, we're always going to hear good and bad. So if we could take it as feedback, that might help a little bit better. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you believe this new recovery belief is true for you, that criticism is feedback and you could actually accept it as such and maybe do something with that feedback, then get over, disagree with it, whatever, take it in, maybe learn something. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you believe? So belief being, on 10, you would believe it 100%, and 1 being, or 0 being, you don't believe it at all. So give it a number. Then we're going to just tap on it on a shortcut round to see if we can bump that number up a little, see if it can become a little bit more believable. Feel free to put another sentence in here that you want to, tap in. That's fine too. Anyway, back to the karate chop point, tapping there. I accept criticism as feedback. I now accept criticism as feedback. I now choose to accept criticism as feedback. Okay, on my eyebrow point, I accept criticism as feedback. On the side of the eye, on the bone, I accept criticism as feedback. Under the eye, on the bone, criticism is just feedback. Under the nose, I accept criticism as feedback. On the chin, I can accept criticism as feedback. On the collarbone point, I can accept criticism as feedback, someone else's opinion even. Under the arm, I can accept criticism as feedback. And on top of the head, I can accept criticism as feedback and let it go. Take a nice deep breath, shake out my hands, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I believe that I could accept criticism as feedback? And then I'll put my number down. And any little thoughts or aspects that have come up, I can jot them down on my worksheet or on a piece of paper and tap some shortcut rounds on them later. So that's it for number 3. We're going to be coming up on number 4, which is, should I give you a sneak peek? I'm a codependent with abandonment issues. All right, maybe we'll do that one tomorrow. Just go one at a time. Just to let you know, if you'd like my free little book, 10 Ways to Detach from Users, Losers, and Abusers, I put together, when I was detoxing from so many toxic people, going no contact and limited contact, I came up with, like my best tips of how I could just handle it. How could, in general, everything that could have helped me. It's hard to think and talk on video at the same time. But anyway, just to get this and also my wellness in your pocket, I finally got that set up, and my tapping diagrams and the codependency assessment. It's all in there now, basically. Right here on my Facebook, you just click on where it says click here on my what do you call that? My timeline graphic. And then a little, little thing comes up, and in the, I can't think of my words right now. I should tap on that. Here you go. So when you click on here, you go to my blog where you can put your email in, and then all these are automatic. They're set for being sent out every 2 days. There's 3 little free reports that I put in there. So this is the first one that comes out. You get this one immediately. And I'm basically using this list for people who are interested in doing EFT tapping, with me, or possibly hearing about my next book, or, things like that. No obligation, no spam, and You know, if you don't want to be on there, that's fine too. Grab your report and then unsubscribe. That's fine. Just, I'm asking people to just tell people about my book, EFT for Codependency Recovery, because it really works and it really helps. And I want to talk about it more and get it out to the world. So where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Take good care, everyone. Keep tapping. And stay tuned for EFT for Codependency Recovery Tapping with JPBailey. We're going to work on the laundry list. Coming up is number 4.